Hello, dear listeners. Welcome to the ECM podcast. I'm Caroline Fontagneux, and I'm very happy to host this series that will take you behind the scenes of new music on ECM Records. In this new episode, I'm talking with Greek singer Savina Yannatou to celebrate her new ECM album, Watersong, produced by Manfred Eicher. We talked about languages, nature, emotions through art, and so much more. This album is called Watersong, not Water Songs. The way I'm hearing it is like it's kind of the soundtrack of the water with a capital W in a way, right?
Mm.
Is it what you wanted to convey?
I liked the one song than the many songs. Like, as all these songs are somehow one. Well, it's not, obviously. They're very different songs. It is like, speaking about water, how we feel about it. And I started, and I liked this idea because I liked very much this song of Ariel, The Tempest of Shakespeare. This is how I started having this idea. I liked the idea of the transformation in the water. Of course, it is a heavy one. It speaks about a dead person in the water. But, the lyrics are so nice.
Have you read The Tempest and have you read Shakespeare for a while, or was it the first time that you were reading it and then suddenly you thought that that's something you wanted to write about?
I knew this song because I was singing, in the past, I was singing medieval and Renaissance songs. So this was one of the songs that I knew because it's very well known, of Robert Johnson. And from the beginning, I noticed the words, how the eyes can become pearls and the bones. And
His bone are Cora made. Those are
yes,
pearls
exactly.
that were his eyes. Nothing of him that doth fades, but doth suffer a sea change into something rich and strange.
Well, I liked it very much. This is how I started. This is why I wanted to do this project. So I know that for the artists, usually, there is a point, there is a moment that they want to do something, but it is not what the people think. That you understand what I mean? It is not the water, oh, this is very nice to speak about water, but it was just this song, these words. Every person has its reasons. So I don't know. I started from this.
And there's also something about water as something that everybody needs, but also something that means death, something that means curse in a way.
Everything.
It's everything, literally.
Yes, somehow.
Yeah.
And also we care about the water in the body and the tears, for example. There is a song about the tears, that they are immortal. It is the immortal water, and that means the tears of the eyes. Well, things like that.
How did you start looking for those songs? Because do you speak all the languages that you're
No,
No, okay, so
of course not.
you could,
No, no.
but I was wondering, yeah, did you look into translations of the songs, or how did you start the research of songs about that theme, but in a larger way and in all those languages?
Well, for this CD and for some others, we do it together with a band, with a group, Primavera and Salonico. So Kostas Vomvolos, who does the arrangements, he plays the kanun and the accordion, and he suggested some songs. Also the violinist. We work together. So yes, for this CD and for one or two others, we work like this. Well, we need to like the melodies first, and then, of course, the lyrics. That they have to be lyrics about the water. When I say that first we care about the melodies, for example, the two songs, the Spanish songs, the Renaissance, they are two songs that I liked very much. I mean, I was singing one of these two, the A los baños del amor. I wanted to sing it. So it has to do with water and love.
In the booklet of the album, you added most of them translated, in English, so that people can really have access to it. But there's something about being a singer. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but because I'm not a singer and you are, but there's something where you need to convey a message, what the song is about, through the words, but you can also sing in any language, and the emotion needs to be conveyed as well, with or without words. So there's like a double job as a singer, even more than an instrumentalist. And I was wondering, like, how difficult or how easy is it for you to sing in those different languages? There's Greek, obviously, but there's Spanish, Italian, Irish, English, Arabic.
Look, sometimes it is very, very difficult, and some languages are more difficult for me than others. The Arabic language is really difficult to pronounce for me. Or this Gaelic song, I have no idea if I have sung it correctly. I mean, I tried very hard. I'm really not sure, and I am always afraid about that. Yes, this is the only song in the record that I am afraid that I would prefer to sing it in translation, because the pronunciation is really difficult, and it is a language that very few people speak and know.
Nowadays. Yeah.
So, well, it is difficult, but it isn't also. I like to listen to the language as music also. So this combination of the melody and the words in the melody, you listen to it all together as music. And I preferred this at the beginning, not to translate the songs because of this, because when you translate the song, somehow it changes a lot. The melody changes somehow. Although it is the same, you listen to it as if it was different. This is how I feel it.
Because the intention changes, and I understand. That makes sense.
Yeah. Each language has its own melody somehow, each dialect. So I like to respect this, and I hope it is not wrong. I'm not sure yet. I have done so many CDs in different languages, but until now, I am not sure, but I like it. When I sing in Greek, for me, it is much more powerful. I feel the language much more. It is very different. And it is full of feelings, this situation, because this language, my mother's language, I have all the memories with this language, When you sing in a language that it is your language, I'm sure that the expression is much more strong. It is stronger, or for me, it is stronger, and it contains a lot of things, memories, feelings, emotions. Yeah. So yes, this is the difference. But I have decided to sing in different languages, maybe because of this also.
Yeah.
Because I can have a distance of the feelings, and I can play with the language as music. So it is also useful, and yeah.
I guess language can contain a lot of emotion, but the art of a singer is also to be able to convey the emotion, even if the person doesn't speak.
Look,
right?
I like to improvise a lot, free.
Yeah.
And when I improvise, I have created somehow something like a language. I mean, the people who listen to me, they are sure that I say something, but I say nothing, really nothing. And I have nothing in my head. But it is full of emotion and full of expression and full of everything. So the people listen to what they want to listen. And I like it very much.
But I love this idea of improvisation language because it's also the point of art, right? Like when you look at a painting or when you
Exactly.
hear an instrumental music, when you look at a sculpture or
Yeah.
a photograph, there's no explanation on what you're supposed to feel when you watch it.
Mhm.
So it's just your own interpretation of your emotion. But as a singer, because you're using words, maybe sometimes you're expected to be the translator of an emotion, and that's a
Yes,
lot of responsibility for you.
exactly. Yeah. Okay.
So I
This
guess
is my job.
it's okay. You're taking it. But there's also something probably very freeing in being able to making up a language that is improvisation
Yeah.
language. And people can just take whatever they want from it. Maybe one person is going to be sad, maybe one person is going to be laughing, but at the end of the day, it's just something that you're offering to the person.
I think all the singers, we feel that we can do it. I can imagine that this is our job. And it depends on how everybody does it. I mean, someone can be too much, to show too much the emotion. It depends on the years, on the period in the past, the singers were more expressive. Now they don't have to be expressive. All this. It's okay. And each one of us chooses his way to do it. I'm sure that the people somehow they feel your mood, even if you don't exaggerate, if you don't show it really. But the real feelings that you have when you sing, I think the people they can take it, they can feel it.
Yeah. And it's
Yeah,
hard. It's
it is
it's a big
interesting.
responsibility. Yes.
No, it is not a responsibility. We express ourselves also. This
Just
is what we do.
someone with a guitar or someone with a drum set,
Yeah.
of course they can play differently depending on their mood, but it's not their body. The instrument is not their body.
Yes.
And it's not like the voice is the most intimate thing too.
Yes. It is easier to understand a voice, the feelings of a voice, than maybe the feelings of someone who plays the drums. I think so, or the guitar. Because in the voice you can listen all these small nuances of whatever, fear, hesitation, um, anger, whatever.
It's a big responsibility
Uh, it's
to
okay.
be.
It's nice.
قالت تقصدي يلي انت بتغازلنا واقف في طريقنا إن كان طلعنا نزلنا مواعدين بعضنا من صغرنا وما زلنا منفوت بعضنا حتى التراب يعزلنا
I want to talk a little bit about the band
Yes.
and the instruments because there are a lot of instruments that I want you to introduce to me. But can we start with Lamia Bediwi? Sorry.
Lamia Bediwi, she's a singer from Tunisia, but she lives in Athens, in Greece. She has a son here. She lives many years in Greece. And we have collaborated already in 1997 when
Yeah.
I recorded Songs of the Mediterranean. This was the
Mhm.
first CD that we collaborated. And I like very much her voice, very much. She has her own way of singing. She's not a typical Arabic singer. The women, they have a way to sing. I mean, Lamia is different, and I like this. And she brings her own songs, of course, the songs that she knows from all
Yeah,
these
her own
different
culture.
traditions. Yes.
Yes, yes, but there's something very, I mean, it's all those Mediterranean countries too. Like they're so different and yet
Yeah.
so similar in a way. If you go to Morocco, it's not going to be the same experience than if you're going to Italy. But
No.
there's something with the relationship with those borders and the relationship with this sea and the relationship with this culture that is extremely generous. And there's a lot of sun in this,
Yes.
all the languages and all the cultures. And there's a strong, strong relationship with nature.
Yes, you're right. And also, these people from different civilizations, they were moving during the years. The Arabs went to Spain, for example, the Jews also, and then from Spain to Turkey, to Greece, to Italy. They were moving, and they were moving as warriors or as merchants. They were communicating a lot. So you can
Travel.
find elements of each civilization in different countries. Also with Alexander the Great, he went to all these countries in the east. So yes, this is very nice to see how they exchanged.
As someone from a Corsican family, there's
Yeah,
so much of Italy and there's so much on France. And
of
it's
course.
so fascinating to see how to be in the middle, you know. And I mean, a lot of people fought and there was a lot of wars and a lot of battles and a lot of hate, and
Yeah,
that's horrible. But at the same time, there's something in the culture that makes it so beautiful because, as you say, they're just people exile and travel and just
yeah,
like mixed culture, and people fell in love and had babies that were the mix of all this. And that's the beauty of
yeah.
Mediterranean, you know. You also have this kind of sisterhood relationship because more than
We
20,
look like, I think,
you
also.
look alike.
I
Yes, there's
think
something. Your
the
voices are
photos,
different.
yeah,
Your voices
very
are different, but they're marry very well. And there's 25 years of collaboration. I mean, it's not
well.
nothing.
We don't collaborate every time, but of
No.
course we somehow we know each other, and yes, we have also sung as a duo in the past, just the two of us. She was singing songs and I was improvising on the top. I mean, we were experimenting somehow. Yeah, I like her very much. Yeah,
So what about the rest of
the
the band?
band.
You mentioned Kostas Vomvolos because
Yes.
he's the arranger and the musical director of the band.
Yes, Kostas is very important for the band because somehow he was connecting all the persons. From the beginning, he has chosen the musicians. In 1993, that we first came together, he was the one who had spoken the musicians, and then they invited me. So yes, he's very important in this group.
He's writing the arrangements of the songs.
Yes, but then when we rehearse, many times we change the arrangements. Yes, this is the meaning of our work. And he doesn't mind at all. I mean, he shows something, may sometimes not completed. And then there are ideas from the musicians. And yes, of course, all of them, we can say that they are the arrangers. But of course, he gives a lot at the beginning.
And what is the kanun?
The kanun is a very nice instrument from the East. And Kostas plays the kanun also as a Western instrument, as a harp, a small harp, I mean. He can play it in two ways, in the songs that are from the East, but also at the songs that come from the West.
It's a string, to explain it, that is
Yeah.
like a little harp in a way. Is it played with fingers or is it played with picks?
With both.
Next on the list, we have Haris Lambrakis.
Another strange instrument for the Western cultures. It is the
Yes.
ney.
The ney.
It is
Yes.
Arabic, Ottoman. Well, it's a flute of the East, and they play it in Turkey and in all the Arab countries. Well, Haris is a very, very, very good musician. He's the best in Greece. I don't know. He can play everything, I think, with an A. Once I asked him, I was making the music of a theater play, and I needed a shakuhachi. It is a Japanese flute, which is different from the ney. And I said, Hari, can you imitate the sound? And he did it exactly. And I said, oh my God, he did it immediately.
With an A?
With an A, yes.
Wow.
He can play jazz pieces. He has his own group, his own quartet, and they make a combination between traditional and jazz.
Kyriakos Gouvendas.
Kyriakos Gouvendas. He's a very, very, very good violinist. He plays the traditional, but also the classical. But of course, he likes the traditional very much.
Yeah.
He plays all the time in Greece. Everybody wants to play with him, I think.
And you got him.
No, he is free to play wherever he likes.
Yanis Alexandris plays oud. So oud is
Yes.
more of a Arabic little
Yes.
like guitar kind of thing.
We can say like
I mean, it's a string
it is
instrument.
Arabic, yeah, a
Yeah.
string instrument. He makes also instruments.
Wow.
He's how we call it?
Luther.
Luthier. Yes, he's luthier. Very good. A very good
I
one.
think that's the word in English.
Yeah, I know luthier. Moi aussi. Me too.
Michalis Singanidis.
Michalis Ganidis. He plays the double bass. He's very, very, very good. We play also as a duo sometimes, double bass and voice. He improvises. He's a composer. He plays his own music. He creates his own CDs. He's unique as a personality. I don't know how to say it in English better.
And Dine?
Dine Donev. He plays the guitar. He plays the bass. He plays the percussion. He makes his own music, and yeah.
I just want to talk a little bit about your relationship with ECM.
Yeah.
And with Manfred Eicher. Your first album on ECM was over 20 years ago.
Of course, Lamia was on it, and it was Terra Nostra. It was a live recording.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, we did it in Athens. And yes, Lamia was there with many songs.
Costas too.
Yes, everybody.
Yeah.
I think everybody. Yeah.
So how has been this relationship evolving throughout the years? And can you talk to me about your collaboration with Manfred Eicher as a producer?
Manfred works in the studio. You know it. I mean, he suggests, he gives ideas. First, he listens, and then he can give ideas. He doesn't want to change the things, no. But he gives some ideas that are really very useful. And also now, I mean, he did a very nice order of the songs.
Yes.
I couldn't imagine myself to do it like this, to put this song first and then
The order? Yes.
and when he sent me the order, I said, "Oh, this is perfect." It is, you know, it is a way to do the things, to make them work somehow. I like it very much. Well, also at the beginning, we talked a lot. He told me what he was thinking for us. And I think that the fact that we record for ECM has influenced also us. It is different to record for, I don't know what company, for a traditional company, for example. Traditional, I mean, for a company who wants the traditional, really traditional material, or to ECM, who is open to different possibilities. And for me, it was very good, very, very good. Because when Manfred appeared in 2001, I don't remember exactly, we were in the middle of thinking and what to do with what record company we could collaborate so we can keep our own way of working.
Yeah, identity and sound.
Yes, the identity. And with Manfred, we could do it. This is very important.
How did you meet?
Manfred was collaborating with the record company in Greece, Lyra. This was the name. I was in Lyra. I have done many, many CDs in Lyra since 1982. I work for 50 years now. I don't know. No, not 50. 40 something. 40 something. And yes, Manfred came to meet some persons in Lyra, and somehow he listened to what we are doing. It happened, I think, and he was interested. So we met like this.
Yeah.
And we were very lucky.
Yeah. And 20 years later, this album, Watersong, is another beautiful album of yours on ECM, but that's something that feels extremely modern. It's an album that feels very connected to today. And I think it's important to talk about how cultures can marry and feed each other and water each other. And we're talking about something flowing between cultures. And, you know, you also have like gospel song with Waiting.
Yeah, exactly.
Traditional, you know, from so many different countries. And it feels even more important than ever to just be able to sing with one voice all those different cultures, to just show that we're all speaking the same language at the end of the day.
Thank you very much.
Σημέρουν τα φώτα και εορτή και λαμπρά ημέρα δεσποτική. Ένα αρχείο ήρχης ενώ Θεός έκτισε την γη και τον ουρανόν. Έκαμε την θάλασσα ποταμούς, τον Μέγαν Ιορδάνη και αλούνους. Και ο Ιησούς ο φιλάνθρωπος ήλθεν εις τον κόσμο ως άνθρωπος. Και τον Ιωάννη ζήτησε και στο βαπτισμά του τον έκραξεν. Ιωάννη πρόδρομε σε ζητώ στο Μέγαν Ιορδάνη να βαπτιστώ. Πώς να σε βαπτίσω πολύ τροτά, όπου η χείρ μου τρέμει και δίλια. Πώς τολμώ να βάλω την χείρα μου εις την κορυφή του σωτήρα μου. Αφές φόβων πρόδρομε σου ζητώ στον Μέγαν Ιορδάνη να βαπτιστώ. Τότε τον βαπτίσει ο βαπτιστής και λάμψεν η έρημος παρευθής. Και το πνεύμα οσίδος περιστεράς και λευκής και ωραίας και καθαράς. Και φωνή οικούσθη εκ του πατρός, ούτως είναι ο Υιός μου ο αγαπητός. Δια του το πάντες ο αδερφή, ακούσατε την σήμερον εορτή. Να την εορτάσω μεν αδελφοί, ότι είναι η μέρα δεσποτική. Καλημέρα, καλησπέρα, καλή σου μέρα φέντη με την κυρά. Καλημέρα, καλησπέρα, καλή σου μέρα φέντη με την κυρά.
Thank you for joining, choosing and listening to our ECM podcast. I'm Caroline Fontagneux, and I look forward to sharing more music with you in the next episode.